Just finished up our adverbs and we are moving on to conjunctions. Let's start with our conjunction definition. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. We do have a song that we sing for that, and it is, a conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. A conjunction is a word. Gotta get the words in there really fast, but here we go. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. A conjunction is a word. One more time. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, or clauses together. A conjunction is a word. You see some examples here from Schoolhouse Rock, where if you're above, at least above 35, I would say, you can remember conjunction, junction, what's your function? Okay, so we've got, here we go, this and that. Okay, so and is your conjunction there. You've got neither now nor ever. Nor would be your conjunction there. And we will look at them in a list. Here we go. So, what types of conjunctions are there? There are coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. So for the coordinating conjunctions, we call those fanboys, and you can see them on here. We saw those earlier when we were talking about our simple, compound, complex sentence structures, and some of those included the fanboys to combine them. And so we have our for and nor, but or yet so, for and nor, but or yet so. All right. Moving on, we see the subordinating conjunctions. Let's see, we've got a song for that. Let's do that one. Ooh, I almost erased it. Subordinating conjunctions. When, while, where, as, if, since, although, whereas, unless, because. Okay, so we have when, while, where. Do we have where on here? I know I'm probably overlooking it. When, while, where. When, while, where. As, if, since, although. As, if, since, and although. And I'm probably overlooking where, and I'll see it after I finish this. But anyway, we have the subordinating conjunctions, and that is what you're going to see known as, let me see if I can write this in a different color here, www.asia.wub. Okay? So if somebody says the www words or the www.asia words, usually they leave the wub off for time constraints, but you may hear them say that as well. So then it's the when, while, where, as, if, since, although, whereas, unless, because, and they go in order there. When, while, where, as, oh no, it doesn't. As, if, since, although, whereas, unless, because. For the most part it does. But you know, when people are making up songs to go with it, they might have to move things around. Okay, so again, when, while, where, as, if, since, although, whereas, unless, because. And that's our subordinating conjunctions. You also have correlative conjunctions. They get used in pairs most of the time. You can see neither nor. So I like neither broccoli nor Brussels sprouts, which is not true. I love them both. Or let's see, I like both pizza and ice cream, but not in the same bowl, or not on the same plate. All right, so they get used in conjunction with each other, and they are correlative conjunctions used as partners most of the time. Okay, so let's move forward here. Whoops. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and read the interjection definition before we play the song. An interjection is a word or phrase used as a strong expression of feeling or emotion. And you can see some of the interjections listed on the screen here. Let's listen to our song. An interjection is a word or phrase used as a strong expression of feeling or emotion, like golly gee whiz, bravo, oops. An interjection is a word or phrase used as a strong expression of feeling or emotion, like golly gee whiz, bravo, oops. An interjection is a word used as, or phrase used as a strong expression of feeling or emotion, like golly gee whiz, bravo, oops. And since I screwed that one up, let me redo it. An interjection is a word or phrase used as a strong expression of feeling or emotion, like golly gee whiz, bravo, oops. All right, so those are our interjections. All right, we're moving on to prepositions. Hey, do we have a song for preposition? I know we have the preposition song. I'm trying to remember if there's a preposition definition song. So one of the songs, the La Cucaracha, I think, song, actually has the preposition definition in that, and then it goes right into the prepositions listed. The issue is a lot of the kids in our community have learned the preposition song that is not the La Cucaracha version of that. So I'm not sure which way to go with that. I think each family may just need to do what's best for them, and we will go over the preposition song together in class. However, we can see that a preposition has the word position. Whoops. Position. Go ahead and put it out. In that. So think about position. A preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word, relating where it's at in relation to the other word. So we have about, above, across, after, against, along, amid, among, around, at, atop, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, but by, concerning, down, during, except, for, from, in, inside, into, like, near, of, off, on, onto, out, outside, over, past, regarding, since, through, throughout, to, toward, under, underneath, until, up, upon, with, within, without. And like I said, there are songs online, and we will make sure that we put one on the music post on the band. I will also put a link to those on the video when I upload it to YouTube. So again, a preposition relates a noun or pronoun to another word. So let's just look at some examples, or say some examples here based on them. Let's do above, okay? So I put the book above her head on the shelf. Or across. He ran across the room to get the ball. Or let's do inside. He went inside the house to find the cookie. And then how about underneath? The dog looked underneath the couch, or under the couch. Okay. So again, hear the word position, and that will hopefully help you when you're parsing sentences and trying to figure out which word is which part of speech. You've got the position in preposition to hopefully help you. Now, adverbs and prepositions can get a little murky sometimes, but again, we'll get into that later when we really flesh those things out. Now we are looking at the adjective. It's our last part of speech here. Just in case, because it's been a minute since we did this, I cannot remember if we already did the 8 parts of speech chant, but let's just go ahead and do that. 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. And I think we did because the list is in a little bit different order. And again, when people are coming up with chants and rhythms and songs, sometimes they have to move them into a different order to make it fit. So let's go and look. Yep, there we go. At the definition of an adjective. Okay. go ahead and get rid of that. That was a note for myself. It is going to be or here, or. It's not answering all of those questions. It's answering one of the questions, okay? So that's why I decided to change it to or instead of whose. So we have how many which or whose, how many which or whose. Okay, so an adjective modifies a noun or pronoun. Alrighty. An adjective modifies a noun or pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions what kind, how many, which, or whose. Okay? An adjective modifies a noun or pronoun by describing, qualifying, or limiting, and answers the questions what kind, how many, which, or whose. And I love to annoy the children and keep that going. How many, which, or whose? 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 They just think it's hilarious and love to roll their eyes at me. Okay, so that is our adjective definition. And like you can say the bitter lemon. Bitter is modifying the noun. Cuddly kitten or cuddly cat. Cuddly is modifying cat. Deafening, which would mean super loud. Deafening megaphone. Deafening would be modifying the noun megaphone. Indigo, bird. Indigo being the color, modifying the bird. The noun, bird. Sparse, hair, meaning little, okay, or lacking. Sparse hair. Sparse would be modifying the noun hair. Narrow, branch. Narrow meaning the opposite of wide, okay? So narrow would be modifying the noun branch. Old, boot. Old would be modifying the noun boot. And then rapid, rabbit. Rapid, rabbit. Or you can even say rapid pace. Pace is a noun and rabbit is a noun. So rapid would be modifying that, okay? And just some examples of adjectives. We'll be dealing with quality adjectives. Instead of fast, we would say rapid. Rapid is a quality adjective instead of just fast. We might even say ancient instead of old for a more quality adjective, okay? That, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and do that parts of speech chant now that I see the right order here to make sure. So we have A, parts of speech. A, parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. A, parts of speech. A, parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. One more time. A, parts of speech. A, parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. And for all of that, first tour students, just remember that there are 8 parts of speech. Honestly, that is the suggestion of CC is really for you to remember on chart A. Sentence classification. 4 structures, 4 purposes, 8 parts of speech, and 5 parts of a sentence. And 7 patterns. You can relax in the fact that chart A for tour 1 could just remember, just be focused on these dark areas here. That you know, again, that is chart A, that it's sentence classification, that there are 4 structures, 4 purposes, 7 patterns, 8 parts of speech, and 5 parts of a sentence. If you remember what those 4 structures are, simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. The 4 purposes being declarative, exclamatory, interrogative, imperative. The 8 parts of speech being, which would be the list here, noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. Okay, all of that. And the 5 parts of a sentence, which we will go over in just a minute. The 7 patterns, I keep wanting to leave them out. SVI, SVTDO, SVLPN, SVLPA, SVTIODO, SVTDO, OCN, SVTDO, OCA. And then again, when we get down here, we'll cover those. If you memorize those pieces of the chart, you are doing more than they expect for tour 1. So it's up to the teacher, which is the parent, to come up with what they expect from their kiddo or kiddos on that first tour. But again, just remembering that there are 8 parts of speech, and if you want to, you can remember what the parts of speech are. Okay, so we're going to move on to the 7 patterns, and we're going to make that a different part to add in here.